The South China Sea is home to over 50% of the world's maritime trade, with approximately $3.37 trillion worth of goods passing through its waters every year, including a significant portion of the world's oil, gas, and electronics. This staggering figure is what makes the ongoing struggle for control of the region so critical, as any disruption to these trade routes would have far-reaching consequences for the global economy. For instance, a significant portion of the world's smartphones, including those made by Apple and Samsung, rely on components shipped through the South China Sea, making the average consumer's daily life inextricably linked to the stability of this region. The implications of this are already being felt, as the United States, China, and other regional players engage in a delicate dance of military posturing and diplomatic maneuvering. The Philippines, for example, has seen its fishing industry crippled by Chinese maritime militia, with reports suggesting that Chinese vessels have been driving Filipino fishermen out of their own territorial waters, resulting in significant economic losses for local communities. Similarly, Vietnam has reported numerous incidents of Chinese harassment of its oil and gas exploration activities, highlighting the very real risks of conflict in the region. As tensions escalate, the potential for miscalculation and accident grows, putting the entire global economy at risk. To understand the full story of the South China Sea, it's essential to delve into the complex history and geopolitics of the region. The South China Sea is a semi-enclosed sea, bounded by the coastlines of China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, among others. The region is home to numerous islands, reefs, and shoals, many of which are disputed by multiple countries. The most significant of these disputes centers around the Spratly Islands, a chain of over 100 islands, islets, and reefs that are claimed in whole or in part by China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Taiwan. China's claims in the region are based on its 9-dash line, a demarcation that encompasses nearly the entire South China Sea, including areas that are far closer to the coastlines of other countries than they are to China's own shores. The 9-dash line is not recognized by the international community, and the United States, in particular, has been vocal in its opposition to China's claims. In 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague ruled in favor of the Philippines in a case against China, declaring that China's claims in the South China Sea had no basis in international law. However, China has refused to recognize the ruling and has instead continued to assert its claims through a combination of military force and economic coercion. This has led to a significant escalation of tensions in the region, with the United States conducting regular freedom of navigation operations to challenge China's claims, and other countries, such as Japan and Australia, increasingly becoming involved in the dispute. The stakes are high, as control of the South China Sea would give the dominant power significant leverage over the global economy. For example, China's Belt and Road Initiative, a massive infrastructure project aimed at connecting China with other parts of Asia, Europe, and Africa, relies heavily on the South China Sea as a key transportation route. If China were to successfully assert its claims in the region, it would be able to exert significant control over the flow of goods and resources, allowing it to dictate terms to other countries and cement its position as a global superpower. This would have far-reaching consequences for the United States, which has long been the dominant power in the region, and would likely lead to a significant shift in the global balance of power. As the situation continues to unfold, it's becoming increasingly clear that the South China Sea is not just a regional issue, but a global one. The conflict has significant implications for international law, as it challenges the long-established principles of freedom of navigation and the rule of law. It also highlights the growing tensions between the United States and China, as the two countries engage in a complex game of diplomatic and military maneuvering. The outcome of this struggle will have far-reaching consequences, not just for the countries directly involved, but for the entire global economy and the future of international relations. The South China Sea is often seen as a distant and obscure conflict, but the reality is that it has the potential to affect us all. The global economy is increasingly interconnected, and any disruption to the flow of goods and resources through the South China Sea would have significant consequences for businesses and consumers around the world. As the situation continues to unfold, it's essential to stay informed and engaged, as the outcome of this conflict will have far-reaching implications for our daily lives. In the end, the struggle for control of the South China Sea is not just about territory or resources, but about the future of the global economy and the rules that govern international relations. As the world watches the situation unfold, it's becoming increasingly clear that the South China Sea is not just a regional issue, but a global one with significant implications for us all. The real question is not who will control the South China Sea, but what the consequences of that control will be and how it will shape the world we live in. The answer to this question will have far-reaching consequences and will shape the future of international relations for generations to come. The South China Sea is a critical component of the global economy, and its stability is essential for the free flow of goods and resources. As the situation continues to unfold, it's essential to consider the potential consequences of conflict in the region and to work towards a solution that promotes peace and stability. The future of the global economy depends on it, and it's up to us to stay informed and engaged in order to ensure that the South China Sea remains a source of economic growth and development, rather than a flashpoint for conflict. The South China Sea is a reminder that even the most seemingly distant and obscure conflicts can have significant implications for our daily lives, and that staying informed and engaged is essential for navigating the complex and interconnected world we live in.